Eclipse Baits liquid product range are a great additive to any bait, stimulating a feeding reaction in the carp and giving a complete food signal. Dave explains which liquids are used in our baits and why they are so effective.
So Dave, we've spoke about the additives and now we move on to the liquids. Again, another array of wonderful coloured pots of, I don't even know what to say what's in them. I'm going to leave you to explain what these benefit in terms of your bait attraction.
Well, again, they're like the powders, but they are quite specific to a certain bait. Some are generic, don't get me wrong, there are a few that go in everything.
So the same as what you had with the powders?
Where we had an
You've got specifics of these that go in every bait?
Yeah, now if you look at, say, and some we sell, but some we use
we'll
just
move on to that.
Yeah, right. So this one here is what they call pure shrimp liquid.
Okay.
And that is a real...
and it stinks.
Yeah,
it absolutely stinks.
See, and it's not something that we sell because it's one of those things that's probably too unattractive for the user to smell. But so we tend to use that.
Taste.
Yeah, we use that within a bait.
Okay.
Now we put that in a fish meal bait simply because, and it only goes in a fish meal bait. It's just. You
found that's what works.
Yeah, during the test we found that the shrimp liquid, and it's something that we've used for 5 or 6 years. It's not something that's only been that we've used for last year because it's become in vogue. It's something we've always used. It's just other companies have cottoned onto it and they are selling it.
Yeah, that's the way of the world though, isn't it?
That's just how it goes. That's the way it is. I mean, a lot of the things we use tending to hope that we get the first shout on them. So the fish,
innovators.
Yeah, and then other companies do use them, but they become. It's like anything. If you've got 10 rods in a line, and those 10 rods have all got the same product in, those fish aren't going to choose over the 7th rod over the 1st rod.
No.
That's just how it is. If they was to go along that line, they go boom, 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 all the way down. If you've got something in there that's only unique that they really, really like
on
and really want,
rod 5, for example,
they might go to rod 5 before they go to rod 4 or rod 6. That's just how it is. But then once all the other companies get hold of it, then it's 1 to 10. So you've got to try and find something else.
Staying ahead of the game. I think being innovative, find your knowledge of bait and your knowledge of fish attraction and how it works for.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You wouldn't stop using that just because the other companies have grabbed hold of it.
No.
Because it still is attractive to fish, so you still use that. It's just you might find something else. I mean, it's like, look, that has been used since time immemorial. Quality baits, a proper quality bait has always had liver in it, powdered and liquid. The powder because it gives it a long-term life, full of proteins anyway, and once you've got solubility liquid, then it also attracts them to the base mix, and it's good for them.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at that,
and every company's going to use that.
Yeah, they all use it.
Going to know that.
They all use it.
It's not like it's exclusive.
And it's one of those things that stayed. It's lasted the time. Yeah, all the time. That's pure liver liquid, and you wouldn't stop using it just because someone else has got hold of it.
It doesn't sound anywhere near as bad as that shrimp.
But fish love that. They absolutely adore it. Now, if you look at this is another product that's grabbed the headlines.
Is this something that's known to everybody? This one that's in the darker one?
That's fish hydro.
Okay, then we know that there's some other companies that have got some liquids around.
But fish like it. It's one of those things.
So again, it's got a real pungent smell.
It is. Now those, all 3 would go in a fish meal boilie.
Right, okay, so that's what you go right. You're constructing a bait and you put all your powders and additives and you're adding a little bit of liquid attraction. They're your 3 go-to for your fish meals.
Yeah, they are not all just those 3, but you would use those 3.
Common 3.
There are other products that you'd use within a fish meal, liquid-wise, but those 3 are a quality bait. Definitely would have those 3 in there. Or we put them in there anyway. It doesn't mean
everybody's different. It's what makes the world go round.
Right, now that also is generic to a nut bait.
Really?
Liver, yeah.
Okay.
Liver goat. To be fair with you, we put liver in every bait we can because fish absolutely love it, and because it's not too strong, as in identify to like the shrimp, for instance.
That would seem overpowering to me.
You'd put that in a fish meal because people would expect that fish meal to be.
I can see where the alliance of that smell and fish meal baits would come from someone.
Right. That's right. So that one, you can imagine liver, liquid liver, that goes well in a nut as well.
Okay.
And it goes in our Supreme Cream, because you can almost identify or almost recognise that might have a creamy undertone, mightn't it, liver?
Yeah, I can see from its consistency. And
so it's not out of place, because it's a good product anyway. It's one you can get away with as such by putting into a good.
And that's knowing your levels of what to put into.
Because it's a very nice, good product that you know fish will like. But so if you can get away with putting that in a nut, it increases the attractiveness of the nut bait. And it doesn't overwhelm the smell. You could still allow your Supreme Cream, you still allow your cream powders and your cream liquid to come through, and people wouldn't necessarily be able to smell that.
And that's masked.
But the fish can.
Yeah.
Fish absolutely adore it. Now, if you look at this, for instance, this is hemp oil. Goes in our nut bait. Now, a lot of companies wouldn't bother using hemp oil because it isn't something that necessarily you would see or smell, but the fish can. They love it, absolutely love it.
Every angler's putting that in their spod mix.
Of course, and they're putting it in there because they know fish go for it.
You know,
that's right.
So
when we put it in
top of, rather than in the makeup.
And all of these products are pure and natural, so you can't overdo them.
Okay.
The only way you can overdo any oil is because it affects rolling sometimes. But you can put other products in the functionals that take that oil, they soak that oil up, and it allows you to roll around ball.
Okay, that's
a lot
really
of people that aren't professional,
in the bait.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah.
Over the top of the bucket, lovely jubbly.
People can rest assured that if they buy our Supreme Cream, it's got a content of hemp oil in it, and not just a silly little amount, an optimum amount that the fish like, because there's no point in us putting it in. Because it's not something that can smell, it's not something that you can look at and say, oh, there's hemp in that, so that's quality. It's got the optimum amount in it because the fish know it's quality. It's as simple as that.
I've used the Supreme. Right. So now we're going on to something that's slightly different.
That's, everyone knows that, that's salmon oil.
Again, another one that potentially people love.
Again, that goes, and that goes into a fish meal boilie. It does work, funny enough, in an insect meal as well, but basically, that is very season additive, that is.
So is that a certain time of the year? Is that what you're saying?
Fish definitely crave that in the spring, but mainly in the summer. But the majority of that is because of its availability.
Okay.
And because of its looseness in the water as such.
Yeah.
It spreads, the fish love it. And it's full of omegas. Fish love it. It's good for their metabolisms, as well as everything else.
The beneficiaries of some of the bait additives, like some of the powders that you said, that's beneficial to the fish, and they are really attracted to it.
Oh yeah, and they love it. But if you was to use it in winter, it's like closing the door. It gels up. What's the point? Fish wouldn't even know it's there, and they're not even looking for it, to be honest. Because they ain't stupid. The things that have told them, it's not because they realise that, oh, it's salmon oil, so let's go and grab a bit. It's because gives them a feeling of good. It's nutritional recognition. I mean, a lot of people don't believe in it, but I do. And, a lot of the real bait buffs believe that. Yeah. Not that I am a bait buff, I'm not. But, so, that's what we call Amino Blast.
Again, I've heard of that.
It's full of aminos, and that goes in everything. And
this is an additive that people, in the spod bucket again, you can get this in liquid form.
They can do it. It's quite an expensive additive, but to us, it's within the parameters of.
It looks like gravy. It looks like something you're going to pie over your pie mash.
And again, it's one of those things that fish like. But it's specific. We put it in all the boilies, but it's not so overpowering.
No, it didn't smell.
So you can get away, like you say, you can get away with the liver, you can get away with that.
Shrimp is just.
You can't put that in anything other than what you put it in because it's so overpowering.
Yeah, that's done me.
You can't get away with it. I'd like to be able to put that in everything because fish like that, but we wouldn't be able to.
Ruin it.
You wouldn't have a cherry.
Blast, yeah.
You wouldn't have a Supreme Cream, for instance, because although you'd still be able to smell the cream, it'd be like
create confusion in your mind. Is it fish meal? Is
and it could be, and the angler's mind.
Yeah.
And it's like they're like strikers, unless they've got confidence in what they're doing and what they're using, they can't if you get a striker that's lost his confidence, he'll go from 3 yards and he'll kick it over the crossbar. If he's got confidence, he can have from 20 yards and get him on the arse and go in the back of the goal. And it's as simple as that.
You've got to have a bit of luck
down
to that.
Yeah, of course. But there is confidence that play a major part in it. And if someone can only smell that and they don't like that smell,
you've lost it in your head already.
Whereas they expect to smell a bad smell of a fish smell.
No. And then we're going to move on to the one that looks, I call it water, but it isn't water.
No,
it looks like water.
This is something that 99.9% of all companies wouldn't use. Quality, whether they're a quality company or a garage bait or a shed bait.
Yeah.
That is a pure amino liquid. Now that goes in every single boilie.
It is.
It doesn't smell. It doesn't smell.
You sure it's not vodka? It's not one of your secret tipples from...
No, funny enough, fish do like vodka.
There's absolutely...
But that isn't vodka.
Nothing there.
No, it doesn't smell of, not to us. But look, yeah, it's not, look, just so people realise it's not water. Look.
Yeah, it's that oily consistency to it.
Water wouldn't do that to you, so it's not water. But fish absolutely, again, adore that, and it goes in everything because you can't smell it, or the human can't smell it, the human can't see it. Fish can, but the human can't.
Well,
and this one is
more gravy.
Well, it's called steep liquor.
CSL, another old classic.
But again, if you look at the one that generally is used and is generally sold, it's like, to be crude, it's like baby shit.
A unique smell that everybody knows.
That's proper corn steep liquor. That's CSL. It's liquid, and that, funny enough, that goes with it mainly in the nut bait.
Okay.
Because it enhances a nut. Now we also do a lot of liquids. This one, that is for sale. That's for sale. That's for sale.
You're saying you've got the tubs that you've created.
Yep.
Of some of these various liquids that you sell as an additive for spod mixes and bait dips and such forth.
To be fair, we'll probably, I mean, if we're going to be selling Calanus liquid.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for a good stock for that to come in. That might be sold in the next year or two because it's now cat's out of the bag as such. The pure shrimp and a couple of companies have started to sell it. We might sell it because I've got it in barrels, so that I may as well sell it. The liver is a general product on sale. We don't sell
CSL.
The CSL. The Amino Blast is sold.
Hemp oil is.
Hemp oil sold.
And Hydrofish.
So it's virtually that one. See, and this is a brand new one that we're bringing out. This is hemp oil. This is hot and spicy oil, which is a chili oil, but there's an extra twist to it. There's a spice, as you can smell.
Those that in the know of Eclipse know.
Can you smell that?
Oh, that is.
So the attraction is within the hotness, which Carp like, but there's also a spicy edge to it, rather than in the taste, also in the smell.
Okay.
So it's not only got the taste, which Carp do definitely like. They like the
Everybody puts chili flakes and things like that in it.
Yeah, they do. They do.
One of those things.
And then there's also the smell, the spice, because chili doesn't really smell, does it?
No, it's that.
It has got a smell, but it's very, very
fine.
Yeah, it's not
not like a shrimp where you pick up. Oh, that stinks.
That's right.
Really, to get the chili.
So this has just added another edge to it, and it's just put the extra spicy smell to it.
Okay.
And that is basically it. I mean, we do use other liquids that I ain't going to show now.
Yeah, they all complement the range in terms of the flavours, don't they? For the cherry virus, the iconic, the supreme cream, but then you've got the additional liquids that are hot and spicy, your Amino Blast.
That people can add to their spod mixes or their pellets or whatever they want, their ground baits, whatever they wanted to use. So they can fish, and all those products are on sale. They're not because they're gimmicks, because the fish like them.
They do a job. They have a purpose.
Whereas I don't sell that one. And at the moment, I don't sell that one.
No, thank you very much for the insight into the liquids that go into the boilie makeup themselves, but are also available in the range for the customers.